All right, let me just make sure this video is rocking live. Sweet. Hey, so happy Sunday. So what I try to do is I try to hop on here once a week and um, try to hop on here once a week and just try to connect with you guys and do a cool Facebook Live in our members group. I'm also on Instagram Live right now. But yeah, so here's the deal. I jump on here at a different time every week. This time is Sunday, and you can ask me anything you want. I got a whole list of things that I'm going to talk about, but you can ask me about fitness. You can ask me about nutrition. You can ask me about life. You can ask me anything you want to ask. I'll answer them right now. I can see all the comments. I think, yeah, I can see it on. I can see it on Facebook. I'm on two things right now. So my whole goal really is to is dang it, hang on 1 second while I get this thing working. My whole goal really is just to like connect with you guys, tell you things that might be going on in the gym, and go from there. All right, so hey, number one is so we get a question of the week every week, and Wendy sent this question over, so I call it Wendy's question of the week, and her question was, what do you do when you're about to get ready to compete in a competition? So that's actually a really good question. We have our intramural competition, the Strong Side Spooktacular, coming up real soon. We have two intramural competitions a year. We have one in March and we have one in October. And that is not to be confused with like the Sun Chaser. That's our 5K, 10K event that we do. We have two in-house events. And the Shamrock Showdown is in March, Spooktacular is in October, and it's 3, 2, 1, go. So it works like this. There are three events. It is always teams of two. Now that might change. Two men, two women, guy, girl, whatever. That might be the competition format, and it is always one great time. So 3, 2, 1, go. We have three different divisions. We have a performance division. So if you do most of the workouts as prescribed, most of the workouts as written, then that division's for you. We have a fitness division. If you need to adjust or modify most of the workouts, that division's for you. And a breakout division, if you're brand new to competing, you think this thing's really cool, you're trying to figure out how you can even compete doing box jumps and burpees and stuff. Hey, that division's for you. All right. So there's three different divisions. That's what we do. But the question was, how do I prepare for my first competition? How do I prepare to if I'm going to go up in competition, like if I'm going to go from breakout to fitness or something like that? All right, it's a really really good question, and I wrote down a couple pieces of advice that I would give you. Number one is never change anything. That's pretty consistent. Whether you're doing a 5K, whether you run a marathon, whether you're doing this competition at Strong Side, whatever, do not change anything on race day. Don't do anything different on race day that you didn't do in training. So I'll give you an example. The competition's in the morning, right? Runs from 8 to noon. If you don't eat a lot of breakfast, you might not want to try breakfast on this day. If you don't, if you typically do like a protein shake and a banana, and then on competition day, you're trying to eat a big old thing of oatmeal and 2 cups of coffee, you might throw up everywhere, right? Don't do anything different. Don't take a pre workout. Don't double up on the water. Don't do anything different. So, we got like what, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks till the competition, something like that. Just do it now. Start playing with it now. Like if you think a bagel would be a really good idea to have on competition day for whatever reason, then start eating a bagel every morning. Like whatever that is for you. Start trying things like eating 60 to 90 minutes before the workout. Start going through a warm up routine. If it's really that important to you, if you're like, oh man, event two is a 1 rep max of this complex or whatever, start practicing that complex a little bit so you kind of get used to it. Now, I'm looking at my notes over here. Consistency is key. So I would not encourage you to do anything different. I would encourage you to do the same thing frequently. So what I mean by that is 2.5 weeks away from a competition, you're not going to get in better shape. It ain't going to happen. Okay, it's just not. I did the Ironman triathlon exactly 2 weeks ago from today. And when I was getting ready for it, we're like 2 weeks out, and that's kind of when you start tapering down a little bit. And Let me just tell you, it mentally psychs with people because they're like, oh no, the race is in 2 weeks. I got to keep working hard. Buddy, you're already in trouble. If you think that 2 weeks out you're going to get in better shape, that's not going to work. You have to be okay with kind of bringing it down and doing consistent efforts over and over and over again. So when you're getting ready for the spooktacular, when you're getting ready for the competition, however many days you're coming to the gym, keep coming. If you go from 3 days a week to 6 days a week right now, you'll probably just be very tired. Okay. What we want is consistency. Hey, I'm going to go 3 days a week every day, or 3 days a week every week. 4 days a week, I'm going to stay for the warm up. I'm going to do the cool down, like, whatever your thing is, stay real consistent. Same thing with your nutrition, which, which brings me to the third part. How much should you practice the workouts? That's a really good thing, all right, or a really good question, I should say. So, you really only need to practice like half the workout. What I think is a mistake is to try to practice the entire workout. So, when you're getting ready for a competition and we release all the events, you've already seen all three events. And if you come in and you practice each event 3, 4, 5 times, you're just going to be very, very tired. That's not really what we want to accomplish. And you're probably going to get so tired that you can't make really good decisions. I would suggest practicing about half the workout. That's usually a pretty good deal. So if you know that the first event is 10 minutes long, practice it for 5 minutes. If you know the third event is 15 minutes long, practice it for like 7 minutes. You want to practice it with your teammate enough to get a good feel for it, not enough to get exhausted from it. So I really think that's important because if you bring the practice down, then you're able to make a decision. You're able to say, okay, we got tired here. I think we can improve here. Let's do it this way next time. You're not, if you're trying to redline, like if you're trying to practice the workout as hard as you're going to race the workout or do it on competition day, it's just going to beat you up too much. If you think that what you can do is here, practice it here and keep doing it over and over and over again. Which brings me to my fourth and final point about this question. What do I do when I'm getting ready for a competition or when I'm getting ready to do the spooktacular, for example, is that paper plans always fail. All right. That's what I call them, is paper plans. The reason that you need to practice your workout with your partner is because it sounds so easy on paper. Oh, hey, look, we're going to do, 40 push-ups. I'll do 20 and then you'll do 20, or I'll do 10 and then you'll do 10. Like it's a paper plan. It sounds so good on paper. And then you go do it and you realize that it ain't working like that because you're really tired, or how the rest of the workout is fatiguing you, or maybe you overthought something that you could actually do. So practicing half the workout will let you feel it. Whether you practice half the time, maybe even practice half the reps, you just get it. You need a teaser for it. If it's 5 rounds, practice 2 or 3 rounds, something like that. Get used to what you think you can do, and I promise you that will have a better payoff, because what sounds good on paper doesn't usually work, and that's why you need to communicate. I would strongly encourage you to focus on communication with your partner, whether that is nonverbal or verbal, just getting so used to being around them, because you're probably competing with your buddy, that you know how they're feeling and what they can do, all right? So that was the question. And remember, you can comment any questions that you want and I will answer them, whether they are fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, doesn't matter. I am right here and I will answer any question that you got. All right, so there's that. I'll move on to part number two. Part number two is the 6-week reset. Super excited about that. Look, I know what you're doing. I know it's Sunday afternoon. You're like, oh man, I'm getting my week all set. Look, the 6-week reset does not start till October 29th, but I am so excited for you. Look, it's 100% free to members, okay? We just want you to get involved. It's just about adding value, having some fun, and really just getting fit and getting healthy together. So there's 2 things that the 6-week reset is all about. Number 1 is it's about back to the basics. And number 2, habit tracking and habit stacking. All right, so I'll give you some personal examples. Anytime that I'm trying to get better at something in my life, whether it's business, fitness, nutrition, personally, it doesn't matter, I'm always going to go back to the basics. I always try to look at, okay, I'm here, and let's say I'm struggling to get here. Well, what got me here in the first place? I always got to go back to the basics. So, what typically happens is people want to get fit and healthy for the first time, the fifth time, whatever. So, they start with something extreme. They go, okay, here's the deal. Today, I'm going to eat a whole bunch of pizza. Today, I'm going to go out to eat. Today, I'm going to, drink a bunch of alcohol because it's my last time. After today, I am just on it. That's extremely challenging. That's extremely challenging to think you're going to change your life tomorrow. I mean, that is that. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I am saying that it is very, very challenging to think that way. You want to think basics. What do I really need to do to be successful? Do you really think that if you're eating cereal for dinner every night and drinking wine 4 days a week and not working out, that starting tomorrow you're going to be able to cut out the wine, no more cereal, and work out every day? Probably not going to happen. But what you could do is say, look, what's a very critical factor for me to be healthy? Well, I can tell you this, the average person is 3% dehydrated, and if you reach 7%, you die. So hydration is a really, really important piece to your success. So we're gonna focus on that 1 week. What about nutrition? We know that nutrition is an extremely important part for you being successful. But we can't just say don't eat this, eat that, weigh this, measure that. Like you're gonna have so much anxiety and stress, you're not gonna see it through. So we're gonna break down just a key goal of nutrition. What about exercise? Exercise is extremely important. You have to move, but movement matters. Movement matters more than the actual exercises matter. Exercises are just tools. So we're gonna have movement challenges, right? It's all about building habits. You're gonna have a habit tracker. And the more that you can track habits, the more you can stack habits. Too often people don't win. A lot of people fail because they're just not winning every day. There's not something that they're getting better at. There's not something that they're able to achieve and measure and say, oh, I'm better because of this. I did this, so look at me getting better. It's just too consumed with going through the motions. So we need some daily habits. We need habits, routines, and rituals. I'm a firm believer in that will make you successful. And successful in any way that you want to measure it. But what am I doing to win at every day? Maybe you like to make your bed every day in the morning. That is a simple piece of discipline. I don't make my bed every morning. I'm not really one of those people that says you need to make your bed every morning. I just think you need to do something and you need to commit to something. Like, are you going to get up or are you going to hit the snooze alarm 7 times? Are you going to make your bed? Are you going to commit to not having McDonald's for breakfast? Like, whatever the thing is, right? So we have this habit tracker and you'll be able, and if you did the last 6-week challenge, we're going to use that one again. You'll be able to track your habits and you'll be able to set your goals and you'll be able to say, look, am I even doing the things? Forget about following a meal plan. Are you even doing the things that would be successful on any meal plan? That's what it's about. You got to go back to the basics. You got to hit the reset button. You got to say, look, I know life is crazy. I know there's challenges. I know it's hard, but sometimes you got to, bam, hit that reset button. The last thing you want to do is try to do something and fail at it again. Wouldn't that be terrible? If you said, man, look, I'm already overweight, I'm out of shape, I'm not eating well, so I'm gonna try to do this plan, and guess what? I'm gonna fail at it again. That's not what we're doing. We're gonna have a habit tracker. Habit stacking is when you can stack good habits on top of each other. For me, I don't really have like a morning like crazy ritual, all right? But what I do focus on is I focus on getting myself moving. So every morning I have a routine. And you've heard me joke. You probably heard me joke about my routine. That the routine is more important than being late. I'm not late. I'm never late. But I got to do the routine. It has to happen. I always try to do something cold. It doesn't have to be a cold shower. Don't really like those, but I got to splash cold water on my face or something. I'm trying to shock my sensory nervous system. I'm trying to wake up, get focused. I got to put myself in a state of readiness and happiness, and just something about that cold therapy gets me pumped up. I got to shower every morning. When I get out of the shower, there's like a routine that I go through to get ready and all that kind of stuff. I lay my clothes out the night before. I'm not saying that your habit tracker is going to be that ideal. What I'm saying is you got to stack habits. You got to say, look, I got to take my vitamins every morning. That's a big thing for me. So when I take my vitamins every morning, I know that I'm stacking good habits. Then I got to eat every morning. I don't want to skip breakfast. I got to have my coffee every morning. This is just to get the day going, right? I need routine, I need rituals, I need a regimen. You start stacking habits like that, you're gonna be very, very successful because there's things that you're able to win at all the time. So you're gonna have weekly physical and nutrition challenges. So we're gonna give you something to win at every day. Hey, this week's physical challenge is blank. This week's nutrition challenge is blank. And you'll be able to do all that. It's gonna be really simple and really measurable, and we're gonna be able to track it all through our app. So you're gonna be able to gamify this. You'll be able to get on the app, you'll be able to say, hey, I did the task today, whatever. You're gonna get a certain amount of points, and you'll be able to accumulate points throughout the 6-week reset. All right. Again, keep it really, really basic, and you're gonna have a lot of community support. See, we're gonna get all Strong Side members, everybody who goes to our gyms, involved in this, and you're gonna have a lot of support, and you're gonna have a lot of oomph and a lot of just, hey, let's get better together. All right. So you're gonna be able to take that, and then you're gonna say, look, my friends are doing it. I show up to class. The coaches are doing it. All the members are doing it. Everybody's got the same habit tracker. We'll put you in a Facebook group of support. We'll be doing videos and weekly content. Our nutrition coach, Bree, is going to be putting together some stuff to send out to you guys. You guys get weekly emails, weekly fitness challenges, weekly nutrition challenges, all measured through our app on Wodify Rise. You'll be able to accumulate points. It's super fun. Like that's what it's about. It's not about, did you eat 4 ounces of chicken every meal? It's about, are you even doing the things that would allow you to be successful? Because if you're not even doing the basic minimums to be successful, don't worry about keto, paleo, Whole30, working out 5 days a week. None of that matters. You have to be doing the basics. So think of this as a way to catapult yourself to the next level. So I'm really passionate about it. The coaches are really excited about it. And that is what the 6-week reset is all about. All right. So I'm going to talk about one more thing. And if you guys have any questions, please comment them. I will answer them right away. It can be about fitness. It can be about nutrition. It can be about whatever. I see that we just got a comment actually thinking about joining with a heart. Awesome. I think you should definitely join. Appreciate you. I can see all your comments. Our Woodstock location's open. Roswell is open. Canton is going to be opening really soon. The equipment is on the truck. Super, super excited about it. But anywhere you need some fitness in the Metro Woodstock area, maybe, come get it on. But so I'll tell you this. This is really exciting. I'm super pumped up about it. 2 days ago on Friday, I took our leadership team to a leadership conference. So I took our head of operations, our head of sales, and anybody who manages our clubs. We took them, and it was all about leadership, right? And we go to a whole day of hearing amazing speakers. John Maxwell, Ed Milet, we got Jeff Henderson. I'm looking at his thing over here. They all got these books out. It's all about just leveling up. And it was a really, really neat day because I think we need to be growing always in all ways. Our goal goes deeper than just, can we teach somebody how to do a squat? I think it's extremely important, and that is what you come here for. But Strong Side is more than just a gym. Strong Side is about building platforms for you to be successful, and Strong Side is about creating a community and a culture for you to want to do better and want to be better. Because, dude, I'm with you. It is way easier to quit. It is way easier to quit. It is way easier to have instant gratification. It is way easier to watch Netflix and come up with excuses on why you can't have whatever you want in life rather than just actually doing it. I'm well aware of that. And the gym is probably the first thing that you're going to cut. You're probably going to say, oh man, things got challenging, like these workouts, whatever. I can't eat right. I didn't lose any weight, whatever. And it's really easy just to quit. Like that's like your first instinct, like, geez, rather than just seeing it through. I totally get that. So the reason that I bring that up is because Strong Side can't be just focused on doing burpees. Our burpees are the same burpees as every other gym in the world. We do grace, 30 clean and jerks for time. We absolutely do grace. Just like every gym and every other human and every member of every other gym in the entire world. What makes us so special? Who cares? Why should they come to Strong Side? It ain't about the workouts, bro. Like, we run a good program. I'm very excited about our program. I think it does a lot of people really good. I think it delivers a lot of great results. But we don't ride an assault bike different than any other gym rides an assault bike. They are terrible for us, just like they're terrible for you, okay? it's about the community, the culture, and the environment. It's about how we connect with people. And it's about making sure that what we're doing is making them successful. So, and that's in the gym and outside the gym. So that's why we went to this leadership conference. I'm a huge fan of growing and learning and reading and understanding and being curious. You need to be curious about life so you can go, help other people get better so you can grow. Your life should be spent dedicated to making other people's lives better. And if you could do something every day that made somebody else's life better, you would probably have a better impact on the world. And if everybody did that, I know that's a happy wishing thing, but if everybody did that, everybody could be better, right? So, with some takeaways that I had from the leadership conference is it was really interesting because there were some things that I was already thinking about, and then those things kind of just punched me right in the mouth. And it was like, yeah, you need to be doing this. And I'll give you an example. Jeff Henderson, he was like the first speaker, and he said, "Don't be the best business in the world. Be the best business for the world." And I was like, "Oh man!" Like he like took the words right out of my mouth, and it was like, yeah, why are you second guessing this? We talk a lot about our marketing and our experience and, how do we tell the world about us and the booths that we do. And we never try to brag. I don't ever want to do that. I don't want to be like, we're better than you because, like, it doesn't matter. It's not about competition obsession, it's about customer obsession. And it's about doing what we need to do every day to make StrongSide an amazing place for you. Again, it's deeper and different than just assault bikes and burpees and slam balls and wall balls. You can go do it anywhere you want. I mean, prefer you do it here, but you can go do it anywhere you want. It's about how we make you do it, how we make you feel. You're always making somebody feel some way, all the time. Every time you're doing something, you're making somebody feel a certain way. So why not make people feel good? And what we took away from that leadership conference, we all had a great little candid meeting after, was that every decision we make, we want to be less focused about being the best in the world and more focused about being better for the world. And what can we do every day in our classes that make people better? That's our saying, StrongSide. We make people better. So that was a big takeaway that I had. It's and another thing that hit home was it's not about the statement was businesses are not about what you say about yourself. It's what other people say about you. So we have a whole strategy, and one thing that we started brainstorming about was how to lean into our members even more. I've always said that I judge the success of StrongSide not based on how much revenue it brings in or how many members it has, but based on how far back we can backlog Transformation Tuesdays. I want us to be like, wow, we have 6 months of Transformation Tuesday photos and videos that we haven't posted yet because we can't get through them all. That would be way more successful of a company than only measuring the revenue that you bring in. We focus on like daily attendance of our members. What percentage can we get in every day? That would be amazing. The more they come, the better it is for us. So that's what we focus on. And it was great having a candid meeting. I met with the whole team for like an hour afterwards, and we just talked about everything we had learned that day and everything that we had gone through. And we kind of ended it with the understanding of fear and really thinking, what decisions would you make if you weren't fearful? If fear was not a thing that you had to worry about. And what is fear? We even broke down what that was. But if you didn't have to worry about fear, what decisions would you make? What would you do? How would you act? And it alleviates a lot of your decision making because you're not making decisions on anxiety. You're making decisions on purpose. So those were kind of like the 2 or 3 big takeaways that we got from the leadership conference. But I'm really excited that our team went, and you can see that what we're trying to lean into is you. And I want to make sure that everything that we do, from how you're greeted when you walk in, to how we say your name when you leave, to the experience of the class, to the music you get, we just want to ask you, we literally want to ask you, what do you want? Like, what do you want? How can we better serve you? Because there's a unique part to StrongSide is that we are able to see whether our decision worked or not right in front of our face. and we're able to see the members' reaction. We're able to see, whether you're happy, sad, whatever. Right then, we don't have to do like, some deep survey to all over the country. Like we're able to see it, and we're able to see if we're making good decisions. So it's all about you. Strong side's about the people. Strong side's about just making people better and what we're after. So that's my weekly Facebook Live. You have any questions, send them my way. I always do a question of the week. You can rewind this if you need to. I talked about how to prepare for your first competition. We have the Spooktacular coming up. I talked about the 6-week reset, and I gave you a little leadership conference recap. This is live in our Facebook members group, and it will be posted on YouTube. That's www.theyoutube.com. All right, but there's that. Check us out. I hope you have a great Sunday. Let's rock and roll.